Let me, should I do one of those thumbnails? Everything I knit in 2025. Beautiful. I have my notes on my iPad right here. Cause in order to actually do this video kind of well, I have taken notes the entire year, so I hopefully wouldn't forget anything. Hopefully, I haven't forgotten anything. And I hope you have a project that you're working on. I literally just casted on a new pair of socks, so I'm gonna be knitting on these socks throughout the video. Anyway, welcome to my Everything I Knit in 2025 video. I know I'm a bit late, mainly is because for the longest, I had like a month and a half where I was like, I haven't done nearly enough this year to even post this video. But I'm also like, oh, maybe I have done enough. And maybe it's not about like who has knit or crocheted or made enough this year. Maybe it's just about appreciating what you actually have. First things first, let's get this one out of the way. I thrifted this shirt. I have no idea where it's from because there's no tag. I don't think it's hand knitted because it is like, has that obvious machine knit thing look to the back. So I cannot answer anything about this shirt. I don't think there's any tags anywhere. Oh, it's literally like what, -2 degrees outside and snow? What the hell is the sun doing out? We're going to do this in chronological order. This was my first time ever taking notes on what I've made, so I don't have the yarn or the needle size for most of these things. I also have done a ton of gift knits this year, like an insane amount of gift knits. So there's a lot that I literally cannot show you at all. I have some of the stuff that I've made right here beside me. Oh, no, I forgot one more thing. Oh, I keep forgetting. I thought I was ready this time, apparently I'm not. I forgot a pair of socks. But we'll first talk about them at like the end of the video. So, anyway, let's start with January. What did I make in January? The first thing I finished this year was a pair of pot holders for my mother-in-law. You might see a theme, because I have made multiple gift knits for her this year. So you might end up seeing a theme right there. But I crocheted 2 pot holders for my mother-in-law. I got the color work from an old filet crochet book. I can't remember which one, but it's one of those Ancien filet crochet. It's an old French book that you can find on this website. There's like multiple copies and I cannot remember which specific book I got these 2 birds from, but yeah, I made these 2 cute little birdie pot holders out of just normal cotton, and I think a 3mm crochet hook, and I did 2 layers. I did one side with color work and I did one side with I think half double crochet, and then I slip stitched them together or like crocheted around the edges to get them together. Can't really remember, it's been a year since I made them. But all I can say is that they have been very much loved. My mother-in-law has been talking about them non-stop, and every time I go visit them, they are using it. That's the first thing I finished this year. The second thing I finished this year, I have to find over here in my pile. The second thing I finished is this crochet top right here. It's a granny square crochet top. I'm not so happy about it, I badly want it. There's some things I want to change about it. But the only reason why I made this is because in 2024 I made a video of me making a top like this just in browns, and in that video I was like, oh, if anybody wants me to make a tutorial, please tell me in the comments. That video has got like 10,000 views, and I get, still to this day, despite the fact that it's a year and a half old now, I still get comments to this day asking for a tutorial. So in the beginning of this year I was like, oh, I'll try and make a tutorial. So I remade the entire thing with the idea of making it into a tutorial, but then I realized I suck at explaining myself, like really badly. Maybe I could write a tutorial or something like that, but like communicating with words that comes out of my mouth, I had big trouble. I'm not saying it's never gonna happen, a tutorial out of this, because I do still kind of want to make a tutorial, just because so many people have asked, but that video also made me realize that I'll never ever say that I'll make a tutorial again. But yeah, it's literally just a simple granny stitch raglan, and I think the only interesting thing I have done is that I built shaping into the ribbing. I don't know if you can even tell, but there's like some shaping right here built into the ribbing itself, and it's like that for literally all of the corners. And that's the only interesting thing. Otherwise, it's literally just a simple and easy granny stitch sweater. There's so many tutorials out there, which is also one of the reasons I was like, if I suck at making this tutorial, why the hell am I making it when there's so many other people making easy to follow tutorials about this kind of sweater. Anyway, whew, the sun came out. Even the sun likes my sweater. But like, this is how it looks. Again, it's super cute. I just, honestly, this oversized fit and everything, I don't like it with how much cinching in is happening here. I think I would prefer the button band to be a little bit looser, a little bit shorter, maybe another row of like grays and blacks. I don't know, every time I wear it, I just constantly want to like pull it down and like stretch it out. And I think that will be so easily solved by literally just adding a couple of rows to it and not making the bottom bands so tight. But otherwise, this shirt is like so cute, guys. It cannot be this short and this cropped, because then it just like rides off awkwardly and like sits here tightly when I would like it to be flowy and just fall down easily. In February, I won't talk too much about this, but I made a scarf for my dad. A fully cotton scarf, because my dad is allergic to literally all fibers except cotton. So I made him a like fully cotton scarf, and I made it in cotton yarn from the brand Freya. Yeah, that scarf literally took forever. Then right after finishing the scarf for my dad, literally 2 days later I casted on a cowl for my sister, and this cowl only took me like 7 days to actually make, but oh my god, it made me cry. Considering this is my first full year of knitting and first year of like even taking knitting seriously or like actually finishing proper knitted garments, I was way too confident when I thought I could finish the textured cowl. I was way too confident, but I did finish it. I finished it for my sister so she could wear it during our ski vacation. Anyway, with that being said, it's made out of like a yadigan, extra fine merino 90. In I can't remember if it had like a color number or anything, but it was literally just brown. So yeah, I really hope she uses it, because that cowl, again, really well written. I as a beginner could at then figure it out, but again, I was a beginner when I decided let me make this textured knit with bubble stitches, and I unraveled it so many times at the beginning. Well written, really liked it. I do really want to make it again for me, honestly, because I do think it was so beautiful. Can we have, again, so that's like what, we are up on like 3 gift knits, but 4 total items, I think. Anyway, let's go to March. In March, I technically made a bunch of items, but a lot of it was like small items. The first thing I finished in March was my Rilakuma cardigan, which is mine, was another gift knit that I made for my friend. I do think I have a video blog of me making that. Has not gotten the love it deserves, because I did, again, as a beginner, draft that pattern myself. The entire cardigan pattern, I drafted that myself, knitted it for my friend, and gave it to her, and then put Rilakuma on the back. Other than that, what can I say about that cardigan? I wish I had used like better quality yarn. It was again acrylic, but not even like good acrylic. It was Hobie's Amigo. Let me just say it's not the best acrylic. If you're gonna use acrylic, don't use that. I would much more recommend this kind of acrylic, Kind Feather. I feel like Hobie Amigo is like low quality acrylic. Anyway, I finished that cardigan for my friend, so what, another gift knit. Then I took arts at the beginning of the year. We had an art class where I decided for some reason that I was gonna get a cardboard box and fill it up with amigurumi as a part of an art piece. Despite the fact that I hate making amigurumi, I decided that I was gonna get a cardboard box, fill it up with amigurumi, and like put it out on my school for like people to get, and to like just give away free amigurumi. Like I think the whole art piece in my head, because it was like a performance art thing that we had to do, that it was like giving little bodies to stressed students. But I ended up making a bunch of amigurumi in March. I have on the list right here, and I have some pictures that we're gonna put up as well. I made 6 leggy frogs, 4 chickens, 3 whales, 1 bunny that was self-drafted, 1 orange flat mouse thingy that was self-drafted, a mouse that actually have a pattern. I've kept that one, otherwise I've given everything else away, and an orange cat. So yeah, that's like what, a total of 17 amigurumis that I made, and I didn't even fill the cardboard box up. I should have probably gotten like a cardboard box this size to put all my amigurumi in, but instead I got a cardboard box that was this size. So despite the fact that I crocheted 17 pieces of amigurumi to give away to people, it looked like nothing because the cardboard box was way too big. But yeah, I think the only one of those I kept was the little mouse that I have somewhere. Let me try and go get it. Yes, here is my little mousy mouse. I don't know if he actually is dirty or if he just looks dirty. He has been in my bag for like almost a year since I literally made these amigurumis. He just stays in my bag. That's the only one of them that I kept. What else did I make? Oh yeah, that's another item I forgot about. What was it that I said at the beginning of this video? That I think I've remembered everything? Turns out I hadn't. At the end of March, I decided to make myself a Sophie scarf. And I do think the only reason why I made myself like a Sophie scarf is because I had the pattern and I just remembered like needing something to do. You can't even tell it. You can't tell that I'm wearing it, but here it is. This is also made out of acrylic yarn, and this is Hobie Kind Feather again. What is there to say? Petite knit, made a very simple pattern. That's good. And the yarn is acrylic. I have honestly been wearing it a ton. Like when it isn't like extremely cold outside, but I do want to cover up my neck just a little bit, I put this one on. I usually don't wear it indoors or like as an accessory. I do wear it. Oh my god, attack from the sun. I do wear it literally only for comfort and warmth. But yeah, that's everything I made in March. That sun is trying to attack me. Let's just quickly go on to the next month, which is April. I made 2 things in April. I made the filet crochet top, which I do think I also have a video about. Let me try that one on for you real quick. So I tried to freehand that filet crochet top. I can't remember too much about it, because again, it's been months since I made it. I do know that I have not worn it even once since I've made it, which is more about the fact I don't think the back that I made on this shirt like matches it, and I don't like that I technically, in order for you to be able to see the filet crochet on it, I have to be completely naked underneath. You can kind of tell when I'm wearing a bra, and like you can see, I have not weaved in any of the ends because I literally never ended up wearing it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a bat right here. But yeah, I have not worn this once at all. I think I did the filet crochet in way too big of yarn. This is also Kind Feather by Hobie. Way too big. I made the sleeves a little bit too short. And I'm honestly really surprised by how I did the construction of the bag. Cause like, look at this. My bag is almost completely out. It goes all the way out here, but like it doesn't fall off at all. I have this like band at the top of my neck that I button at the back. But even without this, it stays on. Like I can, and it stays on. Does it feel fully secure? No. I feel like one shoulder is about to fall off, but it does completely stay on. I am here in the new year going to just unravel this. I don't like it, and I could use the yarn for something else. My main feature about this one that I really like is the sleeves. I love a bat sleeve, and I really need to make something again soon. I think I really like the silhouette part, I just hate this. But like this sleeve, like if you ignore the body and everything, these sleeves are amazing. That's what I've made. That's what I made in the beginning of April. Yeah, no, this is literally just going to get unraveled. But I'll remember the sleeves. While I'm standing up, I can already talk about the next thing I made in April, which is another thing made entirely of acrylic. I made this. I have not worn this cardigan once. I love the bag so much. I just don't feel like it fits me nicely. But this is my Beetlejuice cardigan. Again, it's entirely made out of acrylic. This time it's Hobie's Amigo in the size XL, I think. And look at the back. And look at the front. Let me put it on for you guys. I remember trying a new thing with this one, which was I knitted the button bands. I knitted the button band, the ribbing at the bottom, the ribbing at the sleeve. Ta-da! Also, yes, this is 2 pockets at the front. That's 2 little ghosts in Polaroid pictures to match the back. If you don't know, in like the first Beetlejuice movie, there is a part where the main character Lydia takes a pictures of like these ghosts that live in her house. And in the beginning she doesn't think it's like real ghosts, but she takes a picture of them, a Polaroid picture, gets the Polaroid of the 2 ghosts, and then realizes that they don't have feet. No feet. I remember I filmed a bunch to make a video of this, but I never actually ended up posting the video. And I think I have deleted most, if not all, of the footage. I don't wear this. I don't think it looks good on me. If somebody wants this, DM me. Pay like what? For the shipping and maybe a little bit extra, because I really need the money. So if you want to give me like $20 plus shipping, this could be yours. DM me on Instagram. This is my handle. If you want this, it could also be like $5. Whoever bids the highest, quickest, gets it. I just don't want to pay for shipping, but if you want this, it could be yours. I do think it's literally so cute. Really cute. I just don't wear it. I want to maybe try and redo it at some point. Let's move on to the next one. May, I didn't do anything. June, I didn't finish anything. July, I did not finish anything. That being said, August. Now I'm going to try on my favorite sweater of this entire year. Probably the one that's gotten the most wear that I've made. I have never made anything in my entire life that I've been this proud of and worn this much. In August, I finished this. This is a self-drafted knitted drop stitch cropped sweater thing. Shirt, I don't know what to call it, but I wear this a ton, like non-stop. I love this sweater so much. It's made with Hobie twisted solids, so like a cotton and acrylic mix. And yeah, it's beautiful. I think I knitted it on like 3mm needles. I think the only qualms is like the sleeves are maybe a little bit too long, but honestly I also don't care because I love long sleeves. I want to try and remake this a little bit because I did make some mistakes here and there. This is definitely one of the best things I have ever made. Then we went on vacation, my boyfriend and the kids. My boyfriend my stepkids and we went on a vacation, and I know I'd have this top somewhere, but I don't want to find it. I knitted, because last year I crocheted one of those triangle bikini tops things, and this time on vacation I was like, oh well, you can technically knit those, can't you? So I tried to knit one, and yeah, you can technically do that, and it turned out okay. I do think I'm gonna bring it with me when I go on vacation here next. I don't want to find it, and I don't want to take pictures or try it on, because it is literally just a triangle bikini top. In a month I'm going on vacation, and I'm probably going to post a blog. You can see it there. It's nothing exciting. It's black. It's a bikini top. Who cares? But that was also made out of twisted solid, and it was entirely knitted. And I think the only interesting thing that I did is that I made so many I-cords, because I made the I-cords for the straps going this way, and straps going all the way around. Let me just say, I've never made so many I-cords in my entire life. And then after that, in August, and I'm gonna move a little bit because I have a video, I finished a sweater to my mom. Or not a sweater, a cardigan. I made her a cardigan. I self-drafted it in some boucle yarn that she bought me. I don't know where the boucle yarn is from. I can't remember the name or anything. But yeah, I made her a cardigan. It doesn't have buttons or anything. It does have 2 pockets. Then I didn't make anything in September. But in October, I made, and get ready for this one, a jester hat. For Halloween, I dressed up kind of like a clown jester thing, and I made this. I originally wanted to sew it, but I was like, oh, that's gonna be too difficult, so instead I crocheted. I don't know if you can see, but there's like triangles. Then you tie it here at the front. I made ties. I wore this, some clown makeup and stuff like that. I don't even think I had pictures. I just got drunk and went home. I got drunk, then a couple of people from the party went home to somebody. We ate soup, and then we all left. That was my Halloween. I was a clown that got drunk, ate soup, and went home. This is crocheted and made with the Hobie kind feather, I think. And this one I'm also going to unravel because I hate it. I don't know when I'll ever use it again, because I don't think it's very well made. I literally made this in a day, and that's it. But that's what I made in October. Then in November, I finished a colorwork sweater for my mom. I made the Moon Moth sweater in Hobie's extra fine merino in a navy blue and like creamy white. I knitted my mom an entire colorwork sweater. I don't know if there's anything else to say. I gave it away. I gave it to her. Let me move because I do have a video of me trying it on. I blocked it, and then I just gave it to her right away. It originally was supposed to be done the month before, but it took me like 2 or 3 months to actually finish that colorwork sweater because I had started university. And then after, that colorwork sweater holds a lot of history because I had just started uni when I started that sweater, and as soon as I finished that sweater, I dropped out of uni because I was like, this is not for me. I was so stressed out and not feeling good. I dropped out of uni in November, which is also why I'm currently not doing anything. You're gonna see some vlogs soon where you'll be like, Storm, do you have a job or anything? No, but I need one, but it's so hard to get one. So I'm currently doing nothing. I'm trying. I applied to so many jobs, and I am applying to become like a student at so many different places, not unis. I have decided uni is not for me, but like a lot of different places where you become a student by working in practice. Don't know what that's called in English, but that's what I'm doing. And I have currently not been doing anything in like, I guess it's technically only been like 1 month, but it feels like forever that I haven't been doing anything, and I'm getting more and more stressed, which is also why, if you want to support me before we finish this up with the huge amount of things that I actually made in December. If you want to support me a little bit as I make these videos, and I have like 3 more videos planned for January, or if you just want to support me so I don't lose my mind, go give me some money on Ko-fi. I have decided I am going to be entitled this year. I'm kidding, you don't have to do anything. So if you have adult money and you have like what, $1 or $5 to spare, please send them to me on Ko-fi. There's the top link in the description. Anyway, let's move on to the last month of the year, December, where I actually made a ton. The first thing I finished in December is, if you see me knitting socks right now, I made my first pair of socks in December. These I don't take care of probably. I throw them in the washing machine, I wear them, I haven't blocked them even once, so they are a bit faulty and but honestly I love these so much. This is my first pair of socks literally ever, in Hobie Friends sock wool, and I think I used the favorite sock pattern because there was a video tutorial and I like somebody explaining it to me. I'm dyslexic and reading is hard. I made these. They're a little bit too big, a little bit too loose, but they do fit me and I can wear these, and I have worn these a ton considering they've only been finished like a little bit over a month. I have been wearing these non-stop. They have already been in the washing machine like 3 or 4 times, and every time they come out of the washing machine I dry them flat and then I put them straight on. And these one just finished drying, so I'm probably gonna wear them tomorrow. So that was my first finish in December. Sucks! Then I finished the... Oh, and I have a video making half of one of these. I made a video in December of like a 24-hour knitting challenge, how much I can knit in 24 hours. And I made half of one of those socks in that video. Then I also made the entirety of the next thing. I made a pair of sailor slippers for my mother-in-law, whom I love. I adore her so much. But yeah, I made her a pair of sailor slippers because it's her birthday at the beginning of December. And then right after, oh, and for those sailor slippers, I of course followed the pattern that we all know, and I did the drop snow. I made it in the drop snow in the color dark moss and black. Right after that, which is also in the 24-hour challenge, I casted on a new pair of socks, which is these. These have actually been blocked because this was some expensive ass yarn that I bought when I was in Scotland with my mother this autumn. I have actually not worn these because I spent so much money on this yarn. I'm afraid to ruin these socks. Look at how beautiful they are. I try them on sometimes just to wear them for like 10 minutes and then I take them off. But this is again the favorite sock. And the yarn is Abercane yarn spot weight in the color patina. Patina. I don't know, this was like hand dyed in Scotland, and I bought it because it reminded when we were in Scotland. I went to Isle of Skye, and there was something about this colorway, like the browns and the blues, that reminded me so much of Isle of Skye. So I got this, and I am actually currently, not that this has anything to do with 2025, working on some of the leftovers in this pair of socks. I can't say anything other than those socks are amazing. Then I made a pair of pot holders again for my mother-in-law, because she had been talking so much about how she loved the ones I made her at the beginning of the year and how she would like another pair. So I made another pair of pot holders for my mother-in-law, this time with 2 knights. Also from one of those filet crochet books from the 1920s, 30s, whenever it's from. And I made that the exact same way as I did the first time, color work on one side, half double crochet on the other side. But this time I think instead of crocheting the sides together, I only slip stitched the sides together. But yeah, she got that for Christmas and she really liked it, so that's lovely. And then my mother-in-law called me like 4 days before Christmas and was like, hello, can you knit or crochet some pot holders for my mother? So technically my grandmother-in-law, my boyfriend's grandmother, and because I love my mother-in-law and I cannot say no to anybody who asks for gift knits, I was like, yeah, of course. And I knitted some pot holders that I don't have any videos or pictures of, I don't think, because they had to be finished so quickly while I was also working on finishing the pot holders for my mother-in-law. I made them in green with four beige stripes in the middle, and yeah, I knitted it in the round on my bigger round pins. Just a quick jump in from me, editing Storm. I also, right at the end of the year, like I finished this the 29th, I finished a Sophie scarf for my niece. I do have a ton of like videos of me making and blocking and finishing that. But yeah, so another Sophie scarf this year was made, and it was made in drops. I can't seem to remember what was it made in. It was made in drops, extra fine merino in the color sage. No, pistachio. Yeah. Big brain. I remembered. Okay. Past me will now talk to you guys. Thank you. And I do think that's everything I have knitted or crocheted this year. I did also get a little bit into sewing this year, so I have done some sewing, but we won't talk too much about that. And I of course also done like other crafts. I've done clay, both air dry and polymer clay. I have done some painting and some drawing and stuff like that. In general, I love being creative in any way that I can. How many rows am I on? But yeah, that's everything I made this year. I think that's a total of like 35 items, where I think 23 out of them were crochet, and out of those 23 crochet items, 17 of them were amigurumi. So if we're not counting the amigurumi, I have made 18 items, 6 crochet items, and 12 knit items. Yeah. Of like garments, I have only finished 8, which might be a lot, but for some reason I feel like I have not been like in my knitting groove, even though I hate that word. I have not been in my knitting groove this year, but I am looking so much forward to 2026, and I know we only like 2 weeks into the new year, but I am already almost finished with a sweater that I'm not knitting on right now, because that sweater is gonna get its own project vlog that's coming up already next week, so keep an eye out for that one. I do think that my entire creation journey changed in 2025. I started focusing more about wanting to knit garments that I could use for like, instead of just the next 3 years, use the next 10 years. I started looking into using up all of my acrylic yarn, not buying any more, and start buying like wool yarn and cashmere and alpaca and stuff like that. Not that I have money for cashmere, like actual natural yarns. I don't know if I have that much more to say. I'm not a big reflector. Either I make something and I hate it, or I make something and I like it, or I make something and I'm neutral about it. Like from this year, I have already 2 items that I want to unravel. I have 1 item that I don't think is terrible, but I do want to get rid of. I have gifted, like what, out of all of the 35 items, including the amigurumi, I have gifted 25 items, including the amigurumi. I've done a bunch of gift knits. That's the only thing I'll leave 2025 with. I did way too many gift knits. I kept reaching a point where I was like getting so mad at myself for not making things for me, and that I just kept making things for others, which was annoying. So in 2026, while I don't want to stop gift knitting, I already have like 4 gift knits planned in my little head that I want to finish before the end of the winter. I do want to try focusing less on gift knits and more on items for me. Ooh, should we do my favorite item of 2026? Because that's either this one or like my socks. This one is I have worn the most probably, but my socks, I don't know. I think there's something about knitting an item that you could literally use every single day. There's something insane about that. What's your favorite thing that you've made this year? Is there any new thing that you have made this year that you thought you literally never would do? For the longest time, I thought I was not going to be a sock knitter. And now in 2026, I have a mental goal of knitting a new sock every single month. So yeah, that's definitely insane. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you subscribe to my channel, then hopefully next week there'll come a project log out about another moon moth cardigan, my first finished object of 2025, 2026. Have to get used to that though. Like in my personal life, I'm really optimistic about 2026. I know that the world is not looking the best right now, but I'm definitely extremely optimistic about my own life in 2026, which is crazy because I am normally very pessimistic. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Donate on my Ko-fi, or don't. I'm not the boss of you, but I will appreciate you if you do. And I will try to find out a way how I can put why people support me on Ko-fi up on the screen at the end of this video. I'm really new to Ko-fi, I don't know how it works. Also do say Ko-fi, coffee, or Ko-fi. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye bye.